scared? Jesus.
We get the questions.
You want a sippy?
It still tastes like pizza. What the heck did you do to that?
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're having a very, very important guest, my husband.
Thank you.
So this is what I did. On Instagram, you can follow me if you don't yet. People ask different questions that they want to know about us, and I have them right here. Welcome to our Q&A video. So question number 1. ¿Cómo se conocieron y cuál fue su primera impresión al ver al otro?
So we met on Bumble.
Bumble, yeah.
My first impression?
When we see each other for the very first time.
Well, I parked and I ran up to your car immediately because I was so nervous.
Yeah.
But I thought you were little and super cute.
No. I'm little and super cute.
She drives like this.
I don't drive like that. Well, I guess my first impression definitely was, oh my god, he's so handsome. I was on the phone with my best friend Vanessa, because she was tracking me just to make sure, like, I was fine.
I wasn't like a...
So I was like sending a notebook and I was like, sí amiga, ya estoy aquí, cualquier cosa, ahí me tienes al pendiente, blah blah blah. And then I saw him, I actually saw you walk into my car, and I was like, oh my god, he is handsome. Like, he is freaking handsome. I mean,
I don't think I dressed good that day. I mean, I always wear white t-shirts.
What do you mean?
I always wear white t-shirts because, like...
Well, I think it was almost spring, right? Because it was between...
It was kind of...
It was in like April. But that year wasn't like
it was
crazy
still
winter.
kind of cold.
Yeah, because I remember I still have a big jacket, but it wasn't like freezing.
I had like a wrinkled like flannel.
Yeah, you did have a wrinkled flannel, but I didn't pay attention to that. Like now that I remember, like if it was wrinkled or not, that I didn't. I don't know. Dos. How long were you guys in a long distance relationship? 2 years.
You know, it was tough.
Yeah. I left on 2021 and I came back on December 2023. Yeah, 2 years.
Right before 24.
How did you handle your long distance relationship?
We've FaceTimed every day besides when I was working.
We did FaceTime a lot. When I was working from home, at lunch, we would be on FaceTime again. And then after work, we were on FaceTime again, and we were on FaceTime like until we go to bed. Like we were going, if I was walking outside, I will have him on me on my AirPods.
Trust is a huge thing in a long distance relationship, and being able to communicate exactly how you're feeling and exactly what you're doing. But, you know, we were on FaceTime so much that wasn't even, you know, an issue. Of course, we had amazing communication and trust.
Yeah. So that's something that we build, of course, with the time, like being far. I definitely think we build trust and communication while being far.
Because if we got
and right now it's so easy.
Yeah, if we got in an argument on the phone,
it will be bad.
We
like,
had to figure it out on the
phone.
Yeah, we had to figure it out and sit down face to face and figure it out.
Yeah. Because so now it's easy. Not that we don't have arguments or not, but I mean it's easier. But also, Kyle came to Mexico 3 times.
3 times.
3 times, yeah. The first time it was in Cancun. We both met in Cancun, and we were there for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. It was really nice. That was your first time on Cancun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in Mexico in general. Same here. June, like May and June.
Yeah.
He came to my town, which is like 2 hours away from Mexico City, and you stayed for like almost 2 months.
Yeah, it was just about 2 months.
2 months.
Which was crazy, but
but
amazing.
he get to know like my family. Yeah. He get to know where I grew up. The same year on December, on Christmas, we went to Tulum.
Yeah.
So he came 3 times to visit me in Mexico, but the rest it was just FaceTime. Next question. ¿A los cuántos meses se comprometieron? ¿Se casaron primero antes de mudarse juntos? How long did it take us to get engaged? And if we get married before we move in together? So it's complicated because we started dating and like 5 months later we knew we wanted to be together. Like we knew we wanted to like actually do this. But it was like complicated, which could be in another story, another video. It was complicated because I was here as an au pair, the different visa, and I had to go back to Mexico where I would stay. So it was so complicated, so that's why I ended up coming back to Mexico. But we knew we wanted to do this. Mm-hmm. So we got a lawyer, and he told us that like, okay, there's this K1 visa, which it could be in another video. So we had to get engaged. And when you actually asked me, it was over text because we had to prove that to the law, to the government.
We couldn't even send like a video. We had to send like a letter or
a text or exactly. It was actually pretty nice. I don't care it was that way because it was actually super nice because we both knew we wanted. But he asked over the text 9 months after we started dating.
Which started the process.
Yeah, which started K1 process. Yeah. And when he actually gave me my ring was in this trip on Tulum. We were over like a year and a half probably together when you actually give me the ring.
At least. Yeah.
The same question is if we got married before we moved in together. Same thing. I came here in December and like a month after I arrived we got married. I would say yes, we moved in together before we get married. It's like there were so many things that we couldn't do like or traditions, either yours or mine traditions, because of this process, because of the distance, like all that stuff. It was so hard and so different because of the way we had to do it for like legal reasons and all that stuff. Because if I would be living here, we probably would have been married and then we will move in together.
It's different than most people's stories because we had to do things like in order, a certain way.
Am I talking too fast? No? Okay.
No.
You can correct me if there's something wrong.
But we had to do things in a certain like order. So you got here, we had 3 months, boom, we got married. Yeah. Amazing wedding. It was small, but amazing.
Yeah, it was a small wedding. 28 people.
We were back at my grandparents for a few months.
Yeah, but so I hope that answered the question. ¿Tienen choques culturales? Cultural clashes? Yeah, a few ones.
Nothing like
I wouldn't say
bad.
It's not a problem. It's actually, I feel like, oh my god, you do have that? Like, oh my god, you do that?
There's way more like culture and traditions and ways you guys do stuff in Mexico where here it's
I would say probably will be at the beginning I'm very expressive with hands. So I remember that first day that I saw him. So in Mexico if you go like this to someone, like if you do this, like that means wait a minute, like wait, aguanta. Espérame.
But she was telling me to shut my mouth.
And he thought I was saying, shut the fuck. Oh, I do have one.
Oh, yeah.
You know which one?
Yeah.
Which one?
When I said the bad words.
Yeah. So I feel, I'm not saying all couples in the United States at all. I'm not saying it's normal or bad or weird or nothing like that. But it's pretty common to see couples to talk to each other like, shut the fuck up, as a joke, like in a funny way. This was like when we started dating, probably like a couple weeks.
It was early.
Yeah, it was very early. We were talking about tattoos for Kyle, and I said, oh, look at this butterfly. Like, of course, just like being funny. And I was like, oh my god, why you didn't make this butterfly on yourself? And he was like, ha ha ha, fuck you.
That was the first and last time I ever said anything.
I was like, huh? Like, what? I got mad.
Yeah, she hung up on me.
I hung up on him and I was like, soy tu novia, no tu compa. I remember I told him like that. Of course, he didn't know what I mean. I'm not your body. I'm your girlfriend, and you freaking respect me. It's not like that disrespectful, but still.
If you don't hear that, like with your friends and stuff. Or,
no, yeah, that's what I mean. Like with my friends, we probably talk to each other like that, but that's what is the difference between your friends and your girlfriend.
Yeah.
O sea, estás platicando con tu novia y te dicen a broma y dices, ay, chica tu madre, amor.
Yeah.
No. How long did it take us to say you are the one? How long is the question? How long?
Super quick.
I do have to say it was quick because I do have a text. I do have a text from you. Like we started dating in April, and I do have a text from May. You telling me that you were going to make me your wife.
Yeah, I knew pretty quick.
I did too. You were so confident with what you want. So I was like, oh my god. Okay, next question. Did you face any challenges living together in the beginning due to cultural backgrounds?
Not to cultural backgrounds, but definitely just the differences.
Like marriage challenges, I guess.
Yeah, we're different people with certain stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we did. Like things like in the house. I will say. I don't know. What do you think? You know, like doing things like he likes things to be that way, I like it to be that way, so we kind of have to get something in the middle, or I go your way or you go my way.
Yeah, but that's with any.
Yeah, I think it's more
any relationship. So it wasn't like because of like a cultural.
Well, I mean, he will put the Valentina on the fridge, and I do not allow that.
I never even knew Valentina before I met you, so what the heck?
Yeah, well, you don't put it on the fridge.
Well, okay. I know now.
And of course now, it's very important to have limes.
Oh yeah.
At home.
I've never eaten so many limes in my whole life. Like I had more limes this month than I had before I met you my whole life. I swear.
Well, I'm a lime girl, so anyway.
She eats them like an apple. Like you just eat them.
Don't we? Don't we? We do. We do. Okay.
Because like when we were on distance, we didn't live together and see all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's just also what we did when he went to Mexico, to my town, in the vacation in Cancun. When he went to my town, it was 2 months, and it felt like we lived together. So I truly like that month we kind of understand each other how to work.
Yeah.
You know what it said? I do have to say something there. He will do his laundry for sure. He's organized, which I'm so grateful for. But like on his house, at your home, you never help to anything.
Yeah, I wasn't really like a dishwasher person.
Or cooking.
Or
cooking at all.
So that was.
Yeah, and it's not that I force him. I will make a comment like, hey, help me. Like, we both are doing things. We both are like eating the same. So come on. And now you do it. So.
Yeah, it's just like a
in
habit.
A good way.
It's a habit now.
Yeah. So this is for you. Okay. Tell us, how did you realize that I was the one?
With how I am, I struggle so hard with making decisions, with making dates, planning, doing all that. This is just one example. And you're so like on it. Like you're so like proactive. Like you.
Because I get anxious.
Yeah, like you're super organized. Like you know what you want, and that was besides you being amazing and beautiful and the kind of person you are. Like that was one thing that was super important. You're just like, this is how I am. This is what you're gonna have to deal with, or. And that's what I needed in my life. I needed like a direction, so that was super important. But you're just an amazing person, baby.
I had to be straight with you because I don't want you to waste your time, and I don't want to waste my time.
Yeah.
And you would be like, you already went through so much stuff in your life that I was like, you don't need another going through a lot of things for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like I have to be straight with him, tell him like everything. Yeah. And we did tell everything to each other.
Yeah, and just like our first date, you were like, I was like, oh, we'll meet in the afternoon. You're like, what time? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was like, Jesus. This is before we even met in person. She's like ordering me around.
Because I can't work like that. I need a time. I need I do, and I'm still like that because that's how I work. And I am so sorry. Well, I'm not.
No,
actually, I'm not sorry.
It really helped.
Well, I'm sorry because that you're not supposed to give that first impression, but yeah. So now we're balanced. Like now you go better with that. Like now he knows he has to give me a time.
Yeah.
Next question. ¿Qué es lo que más te gusta de tu esposo y a tu esposo qué es lo que más te gusta de ti? So, what's what you like the most about your husband and what do you like the most about me? So, he's so amazing. No, actually, you know what? I do have one. I do have one like the very top one for me.
Okay, let's hear it.
I do love Kyle's love language is, I mean, all of them for sure, but the most, like the one that I can see the most and feel it is he needs to be like touching me all the time. Like he needs to be hugging me, he needs to be holding my hand, he needs to be like touching me with his feet in the bed. Like he needs to be like, he needs to feel me. You know what I mean?
I'll make sure you're there.
Yeah, all the time, no matter where we are. Your grandparents, your parents, home, in bed, like ready to go to bed.
Yeah. It's annoying.
Out in like having a day with their friends. So Kyle always like look for like hugging me, kissing me all the time, saying I love you.
Yeah.
Like no matter where we are, he will be like that, and I do love that. Like it makes me feel loved, and it makes me feel like protected.
Yeah.
And that's something that I was looking for. You know, I was like, I want someone to be empalagoso. It's like with me like this all the time. You know what I mean? I didn't want that. And literally, when we start dating, I noticed that from you. And I was like, ooh, that's nice.
Well,
same question.
Like you said, there's just so many things. And I kind of said it before. But it sounds cheesy also, but it's your heart, like how caring you are about, you know, me, old people, animals. Like you have the most amazing heart, and you really do. Even if you want to pet a coyote or
Yeah, don't say.
That was a separate incident. I had talked to her about it. Don't worry. So you were so nice and loving to me, of course, but to other people too. I really love that. You're not like stuck up and like think, you know what I mean? You don't think you're like too good to be like nice to somebody or something.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
You know, you treat everyone with respect. Yeah,
I
you
do.
feel bad for the old people packing groceries.
I do.
She
I cry.
cries about it.
They're my friends, all of them.
And I love that.
They don't know who I am, but for me, they're my friends.
She's like, oh, my friend is here. But I love that about you.
Baby, I love that. Thank you. I do love that. I didn't know that. Are we planning to have babies?
Oh, yeah. At least 2.
When we talk, it was always 3.
Yeah.
We still want 3, but it's tough to say it because of the economy. We totally agree. We both are on the same boat, same page that if you can't, I mean, this is for people who are planning to have kids. If you have kids for another reason, completely different story. This is if you are planning to have kids, make sure you can afford to have kids. Because kids deserve a good life, no spoiled life. If you can give it, great. No spoil, like your parents to be present, to be there, you know, like
yeah, we don't want to
attention.
We want to be there with them as much as possible, not just like with a nanny or you know, we want to be at games if they play sports. We want to be there for everything, and if we're constantly working or constantly, busy. Like that's not something.
I mean, if we will have everything right now that we can say like, boom, how many? You're gonna have them? 3.
Yeah. The best case scenario, 3.
Yeah, the best scenario will be 3. Yeah. Okay, so how do you handle the mental load in the house? You guys are cute. Thank you. And you explain me that question. I don't know.
Like the mental. I mean, it could be like with a lot of different things, I guess, like with money.
So mental load in the house. We had to chat GPT that question.
A lot of different ways that you could answer that.
Yeah, but it looks like it's more to like unseen planning, organizing, remembering, like about home, like schedule, remembering like groceries, household items, planning meals, discipline. Yeah, definitely. Some situations when my brain is, he will do it. Like that's what happened with Mia.
Yeah.
Like when we lost our dog.
I had to really.
A month ago, my brain was totally off, and Kyle did everything. It's just like a general thing. Kyle got like documents ready, everything ready, like jackets, shoes. Because I was on PJ with no shoes. Like you got absolutely everything ready. Get into the hospital. He did all the like documentation they asked, all that stuff. Like, yeah, I was off. Yeah. So in emergency, he will make it.
It's a good sign.
Who loves each other more?
I love you more.
No.
I love you more.
No.
I mean, I guess that's something we're never gonna agree on.
Yeah, that's a thing. Like that's something that we do fight about it. I truly don't know.
Yeah.
Like if that's a serious question that someone asked me, like, do you think he loves you more than you love him? I wouldn't know what to answer.
And I feel like if you're in a marriage that one person loves each other more than the other, I don't think that's healthy, honestly.
Yeah, no.
That's weird to me.
I guess that's the whole point about being in a healthy relationship / marriage. Did you feel confident that your partner loves you? I feel like, well, I don't know, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like it's not something that you hesitate.
No.
It's not something that you're like, does she love me?
No.
Or do you? Do you?
No, I would never hesitate that.
I don't either.
And
no, I don't.
Like I said, that's, I feel like you kind of have to be like that. Or, in my opinion, I don't think it's a healthy situation.
I hope you like this video. Subscribe so you can have more content about us. We're probably going to start posting more on YouTube. Yeah. And you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on TikTok. We're pretty funny over there too. Thank you guys for watching, and I guess we'll see you in the next one. Mwah! You wanna go bounce? Yeah. My legs are like... He's finally bouncing. He was dying. He wanted to bounce so bad.
I'm a weirdo, I know.
You're a weirdo.
I have ADHD and I have trouble.
You're amazing. You're amazing.